What if the answer you have been searching for your entire life is not outside you, but already breathing inside your soul, waiting for the exact moment to awaken? Have you ever felt that strange pull in your chest, that whisper that appears when the world goes silent, the sensation that there is something extraordinary about you that no one has ever managed to explain? That feeling is not random. That feeling is not imagination. That feeling is the universe trying to remind you of the truth you were born to carry. And if you stay with me until the end of this message, step by step, layer by layer, the deeper purpose of your existence will begin to make itself known. This is not just another astrology video. This is not a sequence of shallow traits or generic descriptions that anyone could repeat. This is a spiritual revelation about the sacred fire that lives inside every Sagittarius. The kind of insight that reaches places inside you that logic cannot touch. The kind of truth that transforms you because it recognizes you before you even recognize yourself. Tonight, I invite you to slow your breathing, soften your thoughts, and allow your spirit to rise above the noise of the everyday world. Because something ancient is about to be remembered. Something divine is about to be spoken. There are 6 holy gifts that God placed within the Sagittarius soul, 6 blessings that shape your destiny, your way of loving, your purpose on this earth. These gifts are not common, not predictable, and not given to every sign. They are rare, fiery, luminous, and meant for those whose souls were chosen to walk between worlds. Sagittarius, if you have ever felt out of place, if you have ever felt too intense, too curious, too restless, too passionate, it is because you were never made to fit into a small life. You were designed for expansion. You were created for meaning. You were born to illuminate paths that others cannot even imagine. And in the next moments, you will begin to sense the truth of this calling deep within your chest, like an arrow pulled back, ready to be released into infinity. Let us begin this journey with reverence. God did not shape you in silence. God shaped you with intention. Every chapter of your story, every blessing and every wound, every detour and every revelation, all of it carries a message. And just by listening, just by opening your heart, you allow the divine pieces to come together. Sagittarius is not simply a sign. Sagittarius is an archetype, the sacred wanderer, the visionary, the seeker of higher truth, the one who travels from darkness to light, from confusion to clarity, from limitation to expansion. Your very presence carries a frequency that reminds others of courage, hope, and the eternal possibility of becoming more than what they were yesterday. But before we explore each of the 6 gifts, you must understand the foundation that makes you who you are. There is a spiritual architecture inside you that is different from the rest. It is bold. It is vast. It is luminous. It is a flame that refuses to be diminished, even when life tries to contain it. And that flame is the reason why God entrusted you with gifts that would overwhelm weaker souls. Now breathe, because from this point forward, every word you hear will awaken a piece of your identity that may have been sleeping for years. You may feel chills. You may feel emotion rising. You may feel something shifting inside you, as if your soul suddenly recognizes the truth it has always known. Before we go deeper, pause for a moment and acknowledge yourself. You are here. You are listening, and something in you knows you were meant to hear this. If these words have already touched a part of you that rarely awakens, leave a comment of self-affirmation. Write something that reminds your own spirit of its power. Write something true about yourself so your journey continues to unfold. Gift 1. The Divine Flame of Truth. Sagittarius, let me speak to you as if we were sitting face to face, the world quiet around us, and only the honesty of your soul shining between us. There is a reason people come to you when they are lost. There is a reason your presence feels like clarity, even when you have no intention of guiding anyone. Your first sacred gift, the one God placed directly in the center of your spirit, is the divine flame of truth. This is not the kind of truth that people memorize in books or repeat to sound wise. This is a truth that burns from the inside outward, a truth that rises straight from your core, unfiltered and unmistakable. You were born with an inner fire that responds immediately to dishonesty. Even as a child, you could feel when something did not align with the deeper meaning of life. You may not have had the words for it back then, but you felt it in your ribs, in your breath, in your instincts. This is because your soul was crafted to sense what others cannot. You see sincerity the way some people see color. You hear authenticity the way others hear music. Truth calls to you, and you answer without hesitation. And here is the beautiful part. You do not carry this truth in a destructive way. You do not expose people to break them. You expose illusions to set souls free. Even when your honesty is bold, it comes from a place of spiritual alignment. It comes from a desire to heal, to help, to restore meaning. And whether you realize it or not, your words often awaken something sacred in others. They begin to see themselves clearly because you have the courage to speak what they could not. Some people misunderstand your directness. They think you are too intense, too blunt, too brave with your voice. But the deeper truth is that God trusted you with this flame because you know how to use it. You know how to speak without cruelty. You know how to reveal without shaming. You know how to open doors that lead people back to themselves. That is why your presence shifts the atmosphere. That is why your energy feels like a clean breath of air. You are a living reminder that truth does not have to wound when spoken with love. Truth is your compass. It guides your decisions, your relationships, your purpose. It calls you toward people who are genuine and away from environments that restrict your spirit. This gift protects you. It elevates you, and it shapes every chapter of your journey. You were created to be a bearer of clarity in a world filled with confusion. That is why your fire never dims. It exists to illuminate not only your path, but the paths of those who walk beside you. Gift 2, the arrow of purpose. Now let us move deeper, because your second gift is just as powerful as your first. God placed within you the sacred arrow of purpose, an inner direction that never stops pointing towards something greater. Sagittarius, even when you think you are lost, even when your life feels uncertain, the truth is that your soul always knows where it is going. You are guided by an invisible pull, something many people go their entire lives without ever experiencing. Have you noticed that your choices are rarely random? There is always a deeper meaning behind your movements, even when you cannot explain them. You might feel the sudden urge to leave a place that once felt comfortable, or the sudden desire to explore a new idea, a new project, or a new version of yourself. That is your inner arrow responding to divine direction. It is your spiritual navigation system activating, leading you exactly where your destiny needs you to be. This gift can make you appear unpredictable to those who do not understand your spirit. They think you make impulsive decisions or take unnecessary risks. But what they fail to see is that your choices are guided by something far older and far wiser than logic. You follow signs. You follow intuition. You follow that unmistakable sensation in your chest that tells you when something is meant for you. And every time you trust that inner arrow, your life transforms. Purpose is not something you find. It is something you remember. It is something you feel rising inside you when you are aligned with your truth. God did not design you to follow a straight and narrow path. You were made for journeys, for quests, for evolution. You grow in motion. You discover yourself through experience. You learn through expansion rather than repetition. And this is what makes your purpose so magnificent. It is alive. It shifts with you. It stretches with you. It becomes deeper and richer as you rise. People are drawn to you because your fire makes them feel capable of more. Your energy inspires movement. Your presence awakens a sense of destiny. You remind others that life can be greater, that dreams can be bolder, that the soul has a map of its own. Gift 3. The vision that sees beyond the horizon. Sagittarius, let me speak to you gently and directly, because this third gift is one of the most mysterious parts of your soul. You carry a vision that other people do not understand at first. It is not simply imagination, and it is not merely intuition. It is something deeper and older, something that feels like a memory from a life your body does not recall, but your spirit still recognizes. You see what others cannot see, long before they realize what is unfolding. And I know you have felt this many times. You step into a room, or into a relationship, or into a new chapter of your life, and you already sense where the path is leading. You know who someone will become. You know which doors will open and which will close. You know when something is spiritually aligned and when something is simply taking up space in your life. This gift of vision explains why people sometimes accuse you of moving too quickly or changing too suddenly. They do not realize you are responding to what your spirit already knows. While others need proof, evidence, or even permission, you need only a subtle shift in your heart to understand the direction you must take. Your vision stretches beyond the present moment. It reaches into the future and pulls you toward experiences that will transform you. This is why your life seems to unfold in leaps instead of small steps. You follow the horizon. You follow the possibility. You follow the unseen. There is a spiritual beauty in this gift. It allows you to walk with confidence, even when you do not have all the answers. You trust what you feel. You trust the signs that appear around you. You trust the way certain thoughts seem to arrive from nowhere but carry a truth you cannot deny. And when you follow this inner knowing, life rises up to meet you with opportunities that feel almost miraculous. This is God guiding you through your own vision, placing clarity inside your chest long before your eyes can see the full picture. You are a messenger of foresight. You remind people that the future is not something distant and unreachable. It begins in the present moment, through the choices they make, the energy they nurture, and the courage they carry. Your presence alone awakens possibility in others. You speak of what could be, and suddenly those around you lift their heads a little higher, believing that change is possible after all. This is why your third gift is so powerful. It does not only shape your destiny, it shapes the destinies of everyone blessed enough to walk beside you. Gift 4. The freedom of an untamed spirit. Now let us move into a gift that defines you more than any other. Sagittarius. You were born with a spirit that refuses to be contained. This is not rebellion. This is not restlessness without purpose. This is sacred freedom, the kind that is woven directly into your soul by divine intention. You cannot pretend to be smaller than you are. You cannot stay in places that restrict your growth. You cannot follow paths that lead nowhere meaningful. Your spirit demands expansion. Your heart demands truth. Your soul demands movement. This fourth gift, the freedom of an untamed spirit, is what makes people admire you and misunderstand you at the same time. They see your desire for space and think it means you cannot commit. They see your hunger for discovery and think it means you cannot stay. But the truth is something much deeper. You commit at the level of the soul, not at the level of confinement. You stay where your spirit is allowed to breathe. You love in a way that is honest, spacious, and alive. You grow in environments that honor your authenticity rather than restrict it. You were never meant to follow the predictable path. You were meant to explore. You were meant to question. You were meant to journey through ideas, cultures, philosophies, and experiences that expand your understanding of life. Your freedom is not a selfish desire. It is a spiritual necessity. It keeps your inner fire alive. It keeps your dreams vibrant. It keeps your purpose on course. The moment you feel trapped, something inside you begins to dim. And the moment you break free, your light returns with full force. People are drawn to you because you remind them of what it means to be alive. You remind them that they do not have to accept cages simply because others accept them. You remind them that change is possible, that exploration is sacred, that life is meant to be lived with passion, with curiosity, and with courage, Your freedom inspires others to reclaim their own. You do not just move through the world. You open pathways for those who have forgotten how to move at all. Gift 5. The heart that heals without trying. Sagittarius, let me speak to you as if you were right here in front of me, because this 5th gift is deeply personal. You may not realize it, but people feel lighter around you. They breathe easier. They smile more. They believe again. Your heart carries a healing quality that you yourself often underestimate, because it does not come from effort or technique. It comes from your natural warmth, your laughter, your sincerity, and the way you walk into a room as if bringing sunlight with you. You have a rare ability to lift the energy of any space you enter, even when you are facing your own challenges, even when you are tired or uncertain. Something in your spirit instinctively reaches out to help others rise. Your encouragement feels genuine. Your presence feels safe. Your energy reminds people that life still has beauty, that hope still exists, that there is always a way forward. This is not something you learned. This is something you were born with. It is woven into your soul the way color is woven into a sunrise. And your compassion is not loud or dramatic. It is subtle, almost invisible, yet incredibly powerful. You heal through conversation, through laughter, through honesty, and sometimes simply through the way you listen. You create space for people to be authentic, to be imperfect, to be human. You do not judge the way others do. You understand that everyone is on their own path. Everyone is battling something. Everyone is learning and growing through their own experiences. This understanding makes you a comfort to the world. But behind this luminous heart of yours, there is a truth most people never realize. You feel deeply. You carry emotions that others never see. You love with intensity even when you pretend you are lighthearted. You give more of yourself than you admit, and sometimes you heal others while silently holding your own pain in your chest. Yet even then, your heart remains open. Even then, your warmth reaches outward. Even then, your soul continues to shine. This 5th gift is a blessing for those who know you, but it is also a reminder for you. Never forget that your heart is sacred. It deserves the same compassion and gentleness you extend to others. Your healing energy is powerful, but you must allow the world to give back to you, to restore you, to nourish you the way you nourish others. Your spirit thrives when you allow your own heart to receive the love it so freely gives. Gift 6. The miracle of infinite expansion. Now we move into the 6th gift, the one that sets you apart in a way that is almost indescribable. Sagittarius, God placed within you the miracle of infinite expansion. This is not poetic exaggeration. This is the core of who you are. Your soul is designed to grow without end. While some people repeat the same patterns for years, you rise above them. While others fear transformation, you move toward it with courage. While many cling to the familiar, you walk toward the unknown as if it were the doorway to your highest truth. This gift gives you a rare ability to transcend. You evolve quickly and powerfully. Every experience in your life becomes a stepping stone to a higher version of yourself. You learn, you reflect, you expand. You shed old beliefs and identities with grace, even when it hurts, because your spirit knows it was born to become more. This is why your life feels like a series of rebirths rather than a single journey. Each chapter lifts you to a new level of understanding, meaning, and strength. You are the bridge between worlds, the soul who moves between the physical and the spiritual with natural ease. Without trying, you connect human experience with divine insight. You carry the wisdom of personal experience and the intuition of higher guidance. This is why people often feel that you understand things beyond your years. It is why they come to you for advice, for comfort, for vision. You do not just see the path, you elevate it. This miracle of infinite expansion is also the source of your resilience. You rise from challenges that would break others. You find meaning in moments that seem meaningless. You recover your hope even after disappointment. You rebuild your spirit after every fall, not because you ignore your pain, but because something inside you refuses to let darkness define your story. This is strength born from divine design. And here is the most breathtaking part of this gift. Your personal expansion does not end with you. When you grow, everyone around you grows. When you rise, you pull others upward. When you evolve, you open energetic pathways that inspire entire communities. You become a living reminder that transformation is possible, that faith is powerful, and that the human spirit is capable of becoming something greater every single day. Sagittarius, now that every sacred gift inside you has been spoken aloud, let your spirit settle for a moment. Take a slow breath. Place your hand over your heart if you feel called to do so. You have just traveled through the architecture of your own soul, piece by piece, layer by layer. And in this quiet moment, something inside you begins to awaken. It is the realization that you were never ordinary, never accidental, never random. Every part of you was crafted with divine precision, from the flame of your truth to the arrow of your purpose, from your prophetic vision to the freedom of your spirit, from your healing heart to your infinite expansion. You were made with intention. Your journey has never been simple. You have walked roads that required courage. You have survived moments that demanded faith. You have risen from experiences that could have closed your heart, yet somehow you remain open. Somehow you remain hopeful. Somehow you remain willing to grow. These are not small things. These are signs of spiritual maturity, evidence of a soul that has lived many lifetimes and returns again and again to become greater. There is a strength within you that does not shout. It hums quietly, the way the earth hums beneath the surface. It is the strength of someone who knows that no matter how many times life shifts, you will shift with it. No matter how many chapters end, you will rise into new ones. No matter how many storms arrive, you will find the clearing and walk forward with your head lifted. This resilience is divine. It is a reminder that God does not place great gifts in small spirits. God places great gifts in souls that can carry their weight with grace. When you look back on your life, you will see that every turning point was guiding you toward expansion. Every challenge carved you into wisdom. Every loss cracked you open so your light could pour out in a new direction. Every success proved that your potential is limitless. Your existence is not a straight line. It is a spiral rising upward, always reaching for something higher, something truer, something more aligned with your soul. As you move into the next chapter of your life, remember this: you are allowed to be bold. You are allowed to dream with fire in your chest. You are allowed to love with intensity and sincerity. You are allowed to follow callings that make no sense to others. You are allowed to expand beyond every limitation placed upon you. You are a Sagittarius. Expansion is your birthright. Evolution is your nature. Divine guidance is your compass. And now, let this truth settle deeply within you. You are not meant to fit into small places. You are not meant to silence your gifts. You are not meant to dim your light, to make others comfortable. You are meant to rise, again and again, for as long as your soul walks this earth. The universe responds to your courage. God responds to your willingness. Your destiny responds to your movement. Every day you choose to expand, your life transforms in ways that ripple far beyond your own path. Sagittarius, listen closely. The world needs your fire. The world needs your honesty. The world needs your wisdom and your laughter and your courage. The world needs your willingness to search for deeper meaning when everyone else settles for the surface. You may not always see the impact you have, but it is there, woven into the lives of everyone you touch. You are the reminder that faith is real, that possibility is endless, that destiny is shaped not by fear but by movement. You are the one who walks ahead so others can follow. You are the one who sees beyond so others can trust what is coming. You are the one who carries hope even when everything around you feels uncertain. And that hope, that fire, that light, is your gift to the world. Never underestimate it. Never hide it. Never forget it. As you step forward from this moment, know this truth with absolute certainty. You are guided. You are protected. You are chosen for a path that expands far beyond the limitations of this lifetime. Your soul remembers this, even when your mind forgets. And every time you rise, every time you trust, every time you follow the call of your own spirit, your life aligns with the divine blueprint that was written for you long before your birth. Stand tall in your fire. Walk forward with purpose. Believe in the miracles waiting on your horizon. Let your gifts lead you. Let your spirit speak. Let your destiny unfold with the beauty and power you were born to embody. And when you are ready, continue this journey of discovery. There are more messages, more teachings, more truths waiting for you. Watch the other videos on this channel and let your spirit keep expanding.